Hey guys and girls, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Botania with myself, Lewis. We're brilliant, having yourself a great day. As always, we are back, and there has been some Botania updates. I'd like to run through those with you before we get in with the main parts of today. Oh yes, that is a witch in my random place. What are you doing right there? You put down that bottle, it's your day off, go home. Alright, so, Botania has had a little bit of support for coloured lights in the recent update. Now, I have to say that coloured light is very much a kind of being worked on mod right here, so it's not in best shape, but it is, it's getting there, I'll give you that. It does make some of the blocks kind of go a little bit wonky here and there. You can see my spreader is looking a little bit weird, my chest have gone a bit funky. But that one's working, that one's not. But hey, coloured lights, you know, is very much in works at the minute. So don't expect it to work out the box, but Botania has added support for it. So if I show you a couple of bits around here, it's you're going to see what I mean. So as we go further into the depth, you'll see, if you haven't already noticed, have you noticed that it's a little bit green around here? It is, isn't it? Well, that's because of that glimmering flower right there. Yes, it adds support for, as you would think, coloured lights. You can see it's a little bit purple around it. It really adds a really nice touch. You know, I really like this cyan one. Look at this. I really like coloured lights. I played with it about a year ago, like quite some time ago, before I did any Botania stuff, and I just love what it does with glowstone lamps. But then when I saw that it had been added to Botania, I was like, oh my bejesus. Like, this is going to be great, because, you know, we've got the glimmering flowers and whatnot. I love it. So let me show you a couple of things you can do with coloured lights before we get too deep into this. Now, I might have another mod in that's kind of playing with these a little bit. That's why they're a little bit wonky, as you may see. I got rid of Optifine, and I haven't got any shaders or anything like that installed. So it might be something like the map or something like that that's kind of playing up with it. Or it might be the Forge version, who knows. But let me show you a couple of things that work with this. So the first one is obviously the shimmering flowers, as you've seen. You can do flashes. Now, I haven't shown you what flashes are, but they're really cool. So, a mana blaster is, as we know, shoots out blasts of mana. So we can go poof, like that, and it shoots out a blast of mana. But we can also add lenses to our mana blaster, like we added lenses to this to change the colour of it. Now, we haven't really gone too far into, you know, the kind of different types of lenses, but we can add coloured ones to them. Now, there is a certain type of lens that's fairly new, which is called the flash lens. Now, I've got a couple of them prepared here for us, and if we take these, we're going to add a little bit of colour to them because, you know, why not? Let's try and find ourselves more. I do have a mortar. I do this every time. Like, I know I have a mortar and pestle where I place that. Oh, there it is. Good stuff. So where have I placed that mortar and pestle? I just don't know. Alright, we'll grab a red petal. Let's go get some more petals from over here. And we'll grab a pink petal and we'll grab a orange. I don't know if orange is going to be that good. Let's go with, yeah, do you know what? Let's go with orange because, you know, orange is a cool colour. So we'll grab some pink petals and get some pink dye, and we'll grab some orange petals. Oh, that's the wrong way around. Grab some orange petals and we'll grab some orange dye, and we're going to add these to our flashes so we can do that. Very nice. We'll do the same with you. Oh, no, wrong one. Man, I do this all the time. Like, literally all the time when it comes to the floral powder. So we want you, and you gives me that one. And the last colour we wanted was the orange. So orange, and that gives me that one. Brilliant. So now we can add these to our mana blaster. So if I put that there, and I pop that one in there like that, our mana blaster is now going to shoot red flashes. Look at this. How cool is that? It's actually going to stay there. It's literally just like, you know, a little cool looking light. How funky is that? So we can have that there, and we can get rid of it. You know, it kind of drops a bit of a funky item at the minute, but it's, you know, these are all new things. So don't blame the mod, blame the game. That's what I'm going to say. But if we go down to a really nice place, you're going to be able to see, or a really dark place, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. Here we go. This is kind of darkish down here, I guess. Let's grab you. Let's try and get this a little bit darker. I want it kind of dark down here so I can show it off nicely. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so now we can find you. And oh my bejesus, check that out. How funky is that? I like it. I think it looks good. It's still letting off a green colour, although the lens is red, but hey, that's a thing, right? And we can also, if we come up over this way, I really like the green effect of that one, by the way. That's looking pretty nice. I really like this one. This purple one's the one I always come back to. But, you know, you get the general gist of the idea. We can change the lenses around and have different coloured flashes all over the place, and with the coloured lights it looks really cool. A couple other things you can do them with are the piled leaves. I don't think I've shown you those, but I will show you those anyway. If we grab some orange and we kind of pop it, I'm trying to find a dark place, but it's a little bit hard around here. If we pop it in the ground, it goes ahead and it lays kind of, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you can see like little flashes coming off the ground. It's really handy for making like little walkways, you know, just enhancing that look of a small walkway, make it look a little bit more magical, a little bit more fairy tale-ish, I guess you could say, I don't know. And obviously the different coloured petal that you use will give you a different coloured type of buried petal effect. So there you go. Those are a couple of things that they work with. That's pretty much the most of it for the updates. I know I kind of like that. A lot of bug fixing and bits and bobs like that. I probably won't keep the coloured lights core in like I have at the minute for any of the other episodes. But you know what? I thought as it's been updated, it's added support for coloured lights, we would show it off. I really like the effect it does with the glimmering flowers. Alright, so I've gone ahead and removed coloured lights for now, obviously because this is all about Botania, but in the case of updates and things like that, I kind of like to show, you know, what's being added and all that fun stuff. So I'll add the mod coloured lights in the description section just for this one episode, just so you can go check it out if you fancy doing that. But please bear in mind that coloured lights is obviously its own separate mod, and it's very much in early development, so you will get kind of light flickers and things like that here and there, even though it does look amazingly cool. Alright, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting up our portal to Alfheim, because now that we have Terra Steel, the next main thing to start worrying about is getting our next type of, well, I would say metal, but to be honest, it adds a lot more than just metal. It actually completely changes everything around, because a lot of the knowledge that we require is actually from Alfheim, and this isn't the this isn't the full book at the minute. We've only got half the book. We're missing pages. We want those pages. We're going to have to get the elves to do it for us. And to do this, we need to open the portal. Now, if we have a look inside here, you'll see there is a section specifically for alphamancy, and it only says the portal to Alfheim. So it said that once elves used to share the world with us Minecrafters. Due to unknown events, they would have been banished back to their own world, Alfheim. Experimentation has been done in an attempt to bridge the gap between the two worlds, and means of crafting a portal that does just that have been discovered. Creating this portal proves not to be an easy task, as quite a few exquisite resources are necessary. The requirements are as follows: 8 living wood blocks, 3 glimmering living wood blocks, 1 elven gateway core, read on, 2 mana pylons, and 2 nature pylons, read on. Do you like my little read on? It's pretty good, I like that. So, yeah, we just need to grab all these bits for us. So the main thing we're going to need is 8 living wood blocks and 3 glimmering living wood. So let's get 3 glimmering living wood first, because, you know, we've got absolutely billions of regular living wood. And then we're going to need to get some pylons and upgrade them. So we're going to want ourselves 3 bits of you, plus some of this. And this is going to allow us to make our glimmering living wood. Very nice. And we're also going to want some pylons, so we're going to need to make ourselves some gold, and regular pylons again are, oh, we need another 2 bits of gold. Let's grab you, and we're also going to need 2 of you for each one, and a couple of mana diamonds, and that should allow us to craft another 2 of those. Good stuff. You know what, for time being, let's just place those in there. Good stuff. And those. I'm going to lose that again. I'll never find it again. Alright, so now we got our mana pylons, and those. We're also going to want to get ourselves some Terra Steel. So we have to go through Terra Steel first. You know, you may have noticed that the direction I'm taking you in this series is more of a hint for the way that you kind of want to progress. So now that we got this, we're going to add 2 of these together with a Terra Steel, and this is going to give us 2 Natura pylons. And we're going to need these to open the portal to Alfheim. We're also going to need ourselves, which is very important, we're going to need a activation core. I think it's something like that. The name of it is a Elven Gateway core, which is made like this. So we need 1 piece of Terra Steel with living wood all around it. So let's get another piece of Terra Steel and living wood, and bam. Alright, so we got pretty much all the bits that we need. So let's go and set this up. Now I think we're going to do it over this way, because this looks like a kind of cool place to do it right here. So let's get rid of you, and let's have a look. Let's consult the book. So we need to do regular living wood like such. So let's do this. So we're going to want 1 here, 1 here, And then we'll have one there. And one there. Then we need to get rid of these. So we're kind of making a square. Like, that's kind of how it looks, I guess. Let's have a look in here. Yeah, we need that. And we'll put another one here. And you. And you. And we want to get rid of this one. And this one. Same again on this side. So that. And that. And then here. Cool, cool. You know, I could be using my dirty stick for climbing, but I'm giving it a break at the minute. It's been worked quite hard lately. All right, so now we got that. Let's do the next page. So we want to add glimmering around these areas. So we want glimmering here and here and here. And guess what we're going to have in the middle? You might be right. We're going to have an Elven Gateway core. Oh yes. Good stuff. Alright, so this is now made. We do need to place down a couple of additional parts to finish it off. So we are going to need some mana pools, and there is a specific place that we need to put these. So let's have a look on here. So we basically want to go 3 out from there, and then 2 across. That's pretty much going to be the way of doing it. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Wait, no, 1, 2, 3, yep, and then 1 and 2. And hold up, I got this all wrong. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 across. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 2 across, and there, good stuff. 1, 2, 3, and 2 across. And now what we want to do is place our Natura pylons on top of these, so that we can transmit the mana to the Elven Gateway core. Now, I'm going to suggest that it's actually, it might be a good idea to fill these first. So we need a kind of decent amount of mana inside these before we do it. And if you actually read the tooltips for all of it properly inside the book, you're going to see that you actually need a pretty large amount of mana. Now, it does use a lot more mana to open the portal than it takes to sustain the portal. So it's within your best interest to actually make sure that you're trying to keep the portal open as much as possible, instead of closing the portal, opening the portal, closing the portal, opening the portal. You're gonna use up a lot more mana doing it that way than you are kind of trying to do everything that involves the portal, trying to do it in one foul swoop, because that's how I would say it's probably best to do it. If you try and do it in small sections, then you're going to cost yourself a lot of mana, because like I say, using the portal costs a lot more to start with than it does to keep it open. So yes. Alright, here we go. So that's hopefully going to be enough. And then you. So we want to change this to Spiring Mana Twiams, and we'll get some inside here as well, and do the other pool. And you know what? I'm hoping this is going to be good. I don't think I have much else, so yes. Oh, we've actually already got some in there, haven't we? Huh. Well, there you go. And we'll grab you. And let's fill this one up, so that as well. Good stuff. Yeah, that should be enough. Obviously, it's not going to be able to stay open forever because we aren't giving these pools any mana, but to be able to boot it up and do a little bit of exchanging, we should be okay. Alright, so let's do this. So let's place down our Natura pylons, 1 and 2, and get ourselves ready for what we want to be doing. So I'm going to get myself some mana steel, and I'm also going to get some mana diamonds, and I'm going to get some mana pearls, and I think I might be ready. I'm also going to get some living wood, and for now that's about it. Alright, it might be worth changing these into blocks, so let's quickly change these up as well, because we want to try and, not keep the portal open for a long extended period of time, because it's not going to do us any good. So there are those. And let's get this guy a-going. Boof. There we go. 1 portal activated. Check this out. It looks really cool when it does it. Now we can check these. You can see that we've lost a fairly, well, not a giant amount, but we've lost a chunk of mana from these. And obviously it's going to go down as we have it open. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to throw in our Lexicon Botania. And it's going to pop it out again. And now we have the Elven Guard. Yes, the new section to the Lexicon Botania, which adds loads more stuff to this now from Alpheim. So you'll see in generating, or not generating flora, in baubles and accessories, we'll have all these green items. These are things that we previously couldn't see in the book before we did this, and believe me, they're a lot more powerful, but they do require a lot of items from the Portal of Alfheim. So if we have a look inside Alpheim, you'll see the resources of Alfheim, and this will tell us what we can go ahead and exchange. So we can exchange living wood for dream wood, And we can exchange mana steel for elementium, and it's 2, so 2 for 1. And we can also do mana pearls for pixie dust and mana diamonds for dragonstone. Pretty cool, right? We can also do nether quartz for elven quartz, which we might do, as well as the mana glass, but I haven't really gone into that just yet. So let's give it some of these to start with. So there you go, poof, and it will give me back some very special metals, some elementium. Now, don't worry, because we can't go into the portal. There is, and this portal that was designed hasn't the power to send a human through, only items, so, you know, you don't have to worry about falling in, which is always good. We might as well give it the rest of that as well, because we can do, so as long as it's in a multiple of 2. The only thing that you do have to bear in mind, which is very important, is if you put something in there that it does not accept, you will not get it back, so just be a little bit careful about that. So, mana pearls, give it some mana pearls, take some pixie dust, which is always going to be good. So pretty much most of the recipes we're going to do from now onwards are going to evolve around these items. So you're going to need to make sure that you have the terra steel and you have the portal set up to be able to make all of this stuff. Let's get our mana diamonds, because we're obviously going to need these. There we go. Cool, cool. We'll get some dragon stones. Brilliant. Good stuff. So we've got 6 of those. We've got all of this. And you know what? Should we do some living wood while we're here? I think we should. Let's do some living wood. Let's get a little bit of that in there as well. And that'll throw out some of that for us. How are we doing with our mana? We should be doing alright. Yeah, we haven't really lost much at all. To be honest, you could probably keep this open for ages if you really wanted to. You don't need to supply it with a humongous amount of mana to keep it going, but it's best to try and do that. Alright, so, here we go. Has it all come out? I think it might have. Yeah, good stuff. Okie dokie, so let's look at what we can do with these before we finish up. So pixie dust is used to make the conjuration catalyst, which is very funky. We are going to want to go ahead and make that. We can also make the greater fairy ring. So this now leads us into a completely different type of armor as well, which is very cool. There is the Gaia pylon, which we're going to use later for a boss fight, which we need to do to get a particular type of material. And as the rod of the Bifrost, we have the Starfield crater, which is insane, but I'm probably not going to show that this episode because I don't think I have an obsidian. And the spectral platform, as well as some other little bits and bobs that we can do with this to enhance and make different types of augmentations for our sparks. And red string is something that we can go into now, which is going to make our processing and kind of automation needs that little bit better. So let's look for Dragonstone. We can make the life aggregator, and the Gaia spirit is what I was talking about, the material for the boss fight, so we're going to need to get some of that, as well as a load of other items. The Shard of Laputa, like seriously, when I show you this, your eyes are going to implode. You're going to be amazed. It's going to happen. Just not yet. We also have the Rod of the Shaded Messer. So you can see there's a lot of stuff. The Gaia Mana Spreader. There's a lot of bits that we can do with all of this. The main thing is the stuff we can do with Elementium. So once we get the Gaia Spirits, we can fly, which is pretty good. But the Elementium chest plates and whatnot is all really funky stuff. And the Conjuration, I don't know if usage shows. Oh, it does. Yeah, so we can basically double stuff with the Conjuration Catalyst. So for 1 redstone, some mana, we'll get 2 redstone. 1 glowstone, 2 glowstone. But bear in mind, it costs mana to do so. Quartz for quartz, coal for coal, snow for snow, netherrack for netherrack. We have soul sand for soul sand, and gravel for gravel. Pretty cool, right? And I'm not sure if it keeps the same stuff that the original one did. I don't know, I'll have to play with that. I'm guessing it would do, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. But hey ho. But that's going to be that for today's episode, guys. We've pretty much done what we wanted to do. The next thing I think I'm going to look into is making a few more items before we go into our boss battle. I would like to make things like the Globetrotter sash and whatnot, but we do need Gaia spirits for that. So we might have an episode that goes around some of the items that we can make before we fight the Gaia Guardian, or we might just go ahead and fight the Gaia Guardian. I really don't know which one I want to go ahead with. We shall see. But either way, I shall see you soon for another episode. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comment section. And remember, you can go and check out Coloured Lights as well that we showed off earlier in the episode. But again, please bear in mind that it is very much a early release type mod. It's still very much work in progress, and it does say on there to back up your worlds before you try it out. So I cannot insist enough that you go ahead and do that before playing with it, and then come to me and cry that your world has blown up. Because I'll just say you didn't read. That's It's a good way of doing it. Alright guys, have yourself a great day. Have a good one as always. And goodbye.